Hello. So in this video, I'm going to finish up the tier accountability system project management dashboard that we started creating. And so we stopped at department managers here, and I've added obviously the description. So there are a few more things we need to add to complete this before moving to the next tier. And so if you click on this here, ideally it should open the card that this pertains to, which is Shift A summary for the supervisor. And so I'm going to edit this by clicking edit here and then clicking this. And I'm supposed to provide the link. Okay, so actually, I don't have the link. So let me go back to this card and copy it here. So this is this card here. And if you click on the three dots here and click share, you can copy this link. So I'm going to paste the link in my notepad somewhere here so that I can copy it again when I need it. So this here, I go back here and edit this particular one, click on this and then edit link. And now actually I can paste it here. Okay, so now that I've added the link, I gotta save this. And when I click on this, oh wait, did I not save it? Let me make sure I got the right link first of all. Oh, I didn't save it somehow. That okay, so actually I should hit enter, paste it here, save that, make sure it's saved, and then save. Okay, so now if I click on this, it opens the card that the department needs to look at, which is the supervisor card here. There's a critical issue here that they need to attend to. And it's essentially the defect rate is 5.8%. That's why this is red. And so I'm going to close the rule back here. And so I'm going to add some checklist items, labels, and other things. So per the instructions, I've come this far. I've added this planned KPI, 36 week. Oh, actually, it's not that one. Let's see here. The one that I just did is actually um before that. Okay, so it's this one here that I just did. I jumped ahead of myself. So I added the description and I need to add a checklist, which is add department corrective action. So the department needs to take some corrective actions because this has been escalated. This red thing was escalated from the production line. And so I'm going to add the checklist. That's the name of it. And add. And then I'm going to add the list items, which are the following. So copy this. And this is one of the list items, add. And then this is another one, assign maintenance lead to attend to that issue. And so these are list items that the department needs to do. They need to create root cause analysis task list, assign maintenance lead, schedule verification run, and here, and then update manager on status, and paste that. I think there's one more at least. And yeah, okay, actually, those are the checklist items. And then I need to give it this label, attention needed and due date tomorrow. Okay, so I'm going to do that by going here, labels, and then attention needed, and then go to due date. And I already set a due date on it. I'll just keep it like that. And then yeah, so that's that particular card. So we go to the next card, Planned Operations Manager. So we're going to close this and add a card for Planned Operations Manager. This one is going to be called Plant KPI 36-week overview. So that's what the operations manager, plant manager needs to track. And I click, I gotta hit enter and I click on this to customize it. And so the description is here. I'm just going to copy it and actually the link is supposed to be here. Since I think this is the wrong link. I'm going to get the right one first. So this particular one, the link for it is, um, it's the link, this one links back to, it links back to the previous department. So the plant operations manager links back to the previous department, which is the department manager. So I'm going to click on this card and it should get its link. Share, copy the link, and here, paste it here, rather. So delete this one, paste that one there. So that's the one I want. And then I'm going to copy the description and then add the checklist. So copy that. So yeah, go back to the plant KPI card and add the description for it. And so I need to actually, okay, so I need to make sure that this here is this link here. I edit this link and I'm going to copy it from here and add it. Okay, so yeah, and paste it here and save. So, and then, so obviously the plant operations manager needs to see the status snapshot, which shows the downtime, percent of the plant, yield versus intake, efficiency index, and things like that. And I'll add a checklist of things that they need to do. So, but I've linked this here, so I gotta hit save for it to save. And then now when I click on this, it takes them to the previous department processing department's card, which shows that something needs attention, which is that one here. But it's obviously not red because the previous department was supposed to act on it. So it shouldn't be red on the plant operations manager's list, but it's red somewhere else. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to add the checklist for the plant operations manager's task. So their tasks include I need to create add ops approval and coordination as a checklist, and then add the list items for the plant operations manager. So if I click here, checklist, that's the name of it. I add it, and then I'm going to add the list items. And so approved maintenance window is one, and I add it here. And then add the next list item, confirm RCA facilitator and team. Add that here. And then the next item, communicate the plan to the GM. So those are things that the plant operations manager needs to do. And then review results, mark shift. Here, copy that, review results, mark shift, and paste that here. And yeah, so those are the list items. And obviously this also needs attention needed. And then I close it. So I'm going to go up here, give it a label, attention needed, and then close the card. Okay, so we have at least one more card that we need to work on beyond the current card. which is the general manager dot a card. Okay, so I click add card, and then this one here is the GM. It's called Chronic Issue Tracker September. And so I'm going to copy that. And so the GM needs to track this. And I click add card. And the description of the card is here. And I'm going to copy that. And yeah, actually, yeah. And then I need to add a checklist. Okay, so this is the description. And then I need to add what the link to the previous card. So let me add the description first. And then I'll get the link. So here is that one. Save. And then I gotta get the link from the previous card, which is this one. And three dots. And share. Copy the link. Control C. And there. And then go back here. Edit. Click on this link. Edit link. Paste it here. Save it. Save this change. And now when I click on this, it takes me back to the plan KPI card where something needs attention so the GM can see what's going on uh, at the plant operations manager level. And so that's that for the GM. And then I need to add a GM checklist. So GM decisions and follow-up checklist. So I'm going to copy the title and then go to the checklist, go to the card and add a checklist for the GM. And that's that. I click add. And then RCA confirmed. So this is the first list item, root cause analysis. So they need to track what's causing the defect rates to be high in line one. And so I add this here. And then countermeasures implemented, if any, they need to check that to see if some somebody down the tier has already taken some implemented some countermeasures. They also need to get the KPI back to target for 2 consecutive shifts. Has that been done? If not, follow up with the plant operations manager. And then here, CapEx approval needed. So the GM needs to ask these questions and make sure appropriate actions are taken if needed. And so I've added a checklist, and then I need to add a label. What's that improvement project? So we want continuous improvement. So I'm going to give it that label of blue so that it's recognized as such as something that needs to be continually monitored and improved. Show more labels. This is the one. And then, so I've added the labels for the GM. And then, yeah, so that's the GM's card. And then the final card, the final two cards are the critical issues. So um, I need to add a card for the critical issues. And uh, this one is going to say line defect rate greater than 5%. It needs immediate attention so that everybody can see it and know if it pertains to them, they need to do something until this is resolved and move to completed. So I hit enter and go to this card to customize it. And in this critical issues card, our description is, well, triggered by 5% defect rate on ship A being exceeded. The owners are maintenance lead operations manager. It's due today ASAP. And we're linking it to the previous, to the source. Actually, since it's a critical issue, we're not linking to the previous tier, but to the source, which is the line one output, ship A line one output card. And so Yeah, we have a checklist of things that need to be taken care of. So I'm just going to copy the description here and put it there, and then add the checklist to it. So description goes here, and I need to link it to tab line one. So I got to go back up there and get that link, and it's the very first one. So I think it's this one. Yeah, copy link. So yeah, there's this one here. And so I gotta go paste it, edit the card to include the link so that anybody who is looking at it knows which issue this is and where it came from. So edit link, it came from line one, so I paste that here, it should be line one, and save that. Okay, so we have a description for the critical issue that we're addressing. And once we got that description, the next thing is, um, so I added that, and I need to add the critical label, and the due date is today by the close of day. And so I gotta go to add the label and the due date critical, and the date is today at 5 p.m. I'll keep it that way. And yeah, so that's the critical issues card. The last card is the completed task. This is the name of it. Um, so copy that here and go to the last card, the last list, and add this card, and and then click on this to edit it. And the description is includes the outcome evidence follow-up. So since this is completed, this is the description. So you can add a screenshot that shows that this has been resolved. Obviously, we built that Power BI, started building the Power BI dashboard. So if you have one, you can take a screenshot showing that the defect rate is now below 5%, move from 5.8% to, for example, 2.4%. You can take a screenshot in the Power BI and attach it. So let me add the description here, paste this here. Okay, so actually, yeah, so if you want to attach something, um, besides the descriptions, you can add an attachment. So for example, if I wanted to add an attachment, I could choose a file from my desktop. And actually, maybe the one that I want is, sorry, it's not that, in the wrong place. And I just want to find a certain, uh, I want to add a certain image just so that you can see. So I'm making this app. This is not the exact image, but just for illustration purposes, I'll add this one. So if you want to add an attachment, you can add it, and so you will see if this were a screenshot from Power BI showing that the issue has been resolved, you would attach it like that, and then you see it shows up here. So you can see that in the completed card, there's an image that shows that the issue has been resolved, and the data is back to where it needs to be. So you can include attachments like that. Obviously, this attachment is used as a cover for the card. I can click remove cover to remove it if I don't want the card to have a cover like it does right now. But I'll just keep it there. since I was trying to illustrate that point. Okay, so that's how you create this board. You can move things around, like I can move this critical issue card to the completed if it's really been addressed and modified to reflect that it's been completed. But I'll keep it here since that's part of the flow that we're trying to illustrate here. So yeah, you can move issues up and down or across and back. So when something needs to be escalated, you can move it up the chain, or you can move it to the critical issues list here, or to the completed list when the issue is fully resolved. Okay, so that's that for this video. Join me in the next video where we continue taking this to the next level. So I'll see you then.